Welcome to Garden Gossip, Big Blend Radio's home and garden show. Come on, let's grow together. So happy December, everybody. Are we going to talk about gardening in December? Yes, we are, because it's doable. And I think in the winter season, we need more color. So today we have Sandra Mao joining us. You may know her from Instagram and on social media and YouTube as Sandra at Urban Garden. So she is joining us because she's got a brand new book out that comes out tomorrow, December 2nd. It's called Vibrant Harvest, Cultivating a Kaleidoscope of Colors in Your Vegetable Garden with Heirlooms, Modern Hybrids, and more, out through Quarto. So welcome. How are you doing, Sandra?
Hey, how you doing? It's such an honor to be here with you, Lisa.
Excited to chat with you. I was like, I saw Vibrant Harvest and I saw the beautiful cover and I'm like, oh, we got to talk about this. One of my favorite things is about talking about color and also heirloom plants and things like, I think the more color, the more chance kids are going to eat the food.
Absolutely, yes.
Now, so for you, where did this start? Where did your gardening journey begin?
So I grew up spending, some time with my grandmother's garden, and that's surrounded by so many different vegetable, fruits, and flowers, and the simple joy by just, sitting with her under. We have a big Logan tree, and she just loved just sharing story. And as I got older, gardening become my way to reconnect and the feeling of home, and it's my way to my creative outlets and my way to bringing color and life into the world. And over time it grew into Sandra Urban Garden, where I got to share my joys, inspiration, inspired others to show, people that growing food can be so vibrant and deeply fulfilling.
And the color part of it, where did that come from? Where you said, "Hey, I'm going to focus on the colors," because, like I said, wintertime. I know you're in Southern California, but in some parts of the country, we're going, "Man, we need a greenhouse with color inside."
Yes, as a kid, I just love color. I think, and one of the main reason that I wrote the book because, I just want to show people that garden isn't just, a green row of plants. It's a living rainbow that, have a lot of joy and fun. And our garden can be busting in color because there are so much beautiful variety out there that for people can explore and have fun with it, and that you don't really see those variety at the store.
Actually, it's really true. Like if you go to the main stores, there's specialty stores, right, that kind of understand their produce. And then you go to some of the big box stores for your vegetables or something. And I remember going up once and I was getting leeks real quick because I was making a leek and potato soup. And the cashier just looked at me and had no clue what a leek was. And
Yes.
I'm like, okay, this is like a normal vegetable to me. No.
Yeah, I feel the same way that nowadays so many people are disconnected from the nature without even realizing it. And because for me, when I share just a simple video on my pomegranate tree, if you check on my Instagram, I was shocked by a lot of, so many people saying that they never seen pomegranate growing this way. And it just really show how far we move away from understanding where our food come from. And then that's one of the biggest reason too that I share my garden, to bring people back to the beauty of the nature.
And here's the thing too, what I really love, you're talking about some of the modern hybridized plants, right? Which I know people work really hard with. I remember Briggs Nursery, they were doing tissue culture on blueberries that were pink lemonade blueberries. And this is up in Elma, Washington. We got to go there and actually film part of that, of what they were doing. And these blueberries, it creates such interest and gets people excited to now go, wait, let's go and start growing these ourselves. And maybe our gardens could be food for us with the color. Those pink blueberries can add this different color that we may not think. And I think we tend to, with vegetable gardens, think, oh yeah, everything's green. And that's not true at all. And your book proved it. Am I right about there's pink celery? Pink?
Yes, they do have pink. They do have pink celery. The fragrance, the aroma, it's a little bit stronger than a regular green celery, and also it's crunchier and it's so pretty.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. It's like I wonder about keeping like we've got the modern people going, okay, let's create some new ones that are interesting. But our heirlooms, I think that what's important about home growing is that we bring out these varieties and have a big blend. I know we're a big blend here, but have a variety of produce that we're growing, right? Herbs, edible flowers like you have in your book,
Yeah.
and the vegetables. There's fruits too. But if we're going to end up with the same turkey that everyone's eating at Thanksgiving just now, I feel like we're going to lose the diversity of species of what we eat if we don't start growing them ourselves or support the farmers that are growing these because and then we're going to lose our nutrition in a way because some of these heirlooms are packed with real hardcore nutrition.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I love to grow both heirloom and the hybrid because heirloom is just like the old soul of the garden, and it usually come in with unique color, shape, and also the flavor. But at the same time, the hybrid is also nice to explore new things. And
Hmm.
usually, hybrid, some people think that hybrid it may be GMO thing, but it
Hmm.
actually not GMO. It's just a breed from, two breed together. And also often it's a pest and disease resistant and grow fast and also very productive as well.
Well, I know a lot of people are looking at growing their own food now because it's getting a little darn expensive, especially if you
Yes,
want organic or heirloom, like you're going to now
absolutely. Yeah.
pay top dollar, right?
Yeah. And plus homegrown, it's in a way for me, it's very interesting and the taste it's just so much different. I cabbage, that homegrown cabbage, I at one season I keep it in the refrigerator for like 3 months and it still looks so good.
See, that's amazing. And you know where it came from. So
Yes,
you
yeah.
know it's not been okay. But the other part, you have so many parts of where you got four main chapters in the book, but one of them is okay, you've got a big harvest. Now what? Like, okay, you can
Yeah.
distribute, be a good community member and go distribute it within your community and with your family and friends, which is, I think, awesome. But then there's the other side. Let's save it and preserve it. So you get into that part too. And I think that's a huge trend right now to pickle and preserve.
Yeah, yeah. So the way I construct my book is the big part one of the book is just go in depth into individual crop because a lot of people that want to grow a certain crop, and when they go online and search, there's so many information out there that can be overwhelming. But in the book, we'll show you people exactly in each individual profile. And then also part two is when I show people, when to start, where to start, and how to start the garden by growing from seed, or you can some a certain crop that you can grow from seed, a certain crop that it's good to train that you can get it from the nursery. And then the third part is when to take care, how to take care your garden. Then the last part, when just like you said, now we grow all of the things, follow all the steps, so now we have a whole bunch of tomatoes or harvest, what we're going to do with it. So I also show, some just basic information, how to preserve, and also sharing some recipe. I also share a lot of recipe on my Instagram page, on my social media too, just to give people idea how to use tomato or different vegetable in different way, different culture.
Mm, I love that. And the thing too, and you go through and you're seeing all these different plants that you can really grow. I mean, there's all these different colors and like cauliflower. You have three
Yeah.
colors of cauliflower. Like I'm going, what? Maybe I'll be better about eating cauliflower now. And I know a lot of vegetarians and vegans use them for like buffalo wings or chicken wings. They'll use cauliflower and, things. There's just, I don't know. I think it breathes new life by going through color. I know it's like eat the rainbow is healthy for us, but
Yeah.
it just makes it more like, "Ooh, cool. This is fun." Like I could eat by color, like.
Yeah, just like we mentioned it, you mentioned it earlier about gardening with children. I think for me as a kid, I just drawn into colors, the bright color. And then in garden, color just, what inspired me the most. And I believe that color vegetable also spark curiosity with kids,
Mhm.
with children. And because it makes them, want to touch, want to taste, and want to learn more about it. Just like when you give them a green broccoli, they just like, okay, green broccoli. But when you give them like a purple cauliflowers, they would be like a shock in their face and they just want to hold it, to touch it, and encourage them to eat more vegetable and healthy lifestyle too.
Well, I love that you also include herbs like different sages and
Yeah.
like basil. I mean, I remember growing chocolate chocolate mint basil, and it took
Mm.
over the garden because the birds apparently liked it.
Yeah.
We let it
Yeah.
go to seed. We didn't read up on that part. And then it was like it's everywhere, but it made the best tea. Oh my gosh, it does. And that's, these herbs and then the flowers. So the flowers are all edibles. You're also reminding people that we can eat these, and marigolds are doing like a two-in-one, aren't they? Because they're edible and like a pest control.
Yeah. Or for me, marigold always has a special place for me because I remember in my grandma's garden, she grew a lot of marigold because in our country, we eat the leaf and also the flowers. And it's like a really good fresh vegetable that we can eat, toss it in a salad and in our traditional dish. And I like the scent of the marigold. And it's also, yeah, it's also really bright up the garden. I have many different varieties and also colors, like the orange, the yellow one as well, and the one with the have orange but have red at the edge of the flowers. Those are really pretty.
There's that one that's like a little orange and yeah, it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite. I grew up in Kenya and South Africa and marigolds were everywhere. I had no clue as a kid that they were part of the vegetable garden because of the
Hmm.
pest control that they did.
Yeah.
But people, then you think about the culture of Mexico, how,
Hmm.
that's a special, it's Day of the Dead and also when you
Yeah.
think about Halloween, all those, it's a spiritual plant,
Yes.
in many
Yeah.
cultures.
Yeah, I think in India as well, marigold is one of the main flowers for their, cultural and religious as well.
Yeah, so the colors, well, yeah, and this is the thing, if you're plating up food, it looks so much better. So do you think about when you make something, are you thinking about the colors on the plate, like what you're going to serve that night or breakfast, lunch, dinner by color?
Especially when
Oh,
my kids were little, I usually try to find anything color, to encourage them to eat more vegetable. So I usually go to drop by farmers markets. So usually we can find different colors of cauliflowers. And I always want to make the dishes look so colorful and cheerful for them.
exactly. It's like fun. Now,
Yeah.
fruit and vegetables, I have friends who make plates that are just it's a work of art and then you're supposed to eat them and you're staring at this beauty. Like I have friends who do like fruit plates for breakfast and it's a complete design. It's almost like a mandala. And then like for even vegetables, like when I was growing up, people would go like in this country, I was kind of shocked when I moved here. They have like, here's your celery, your carrots and radish or whatever, the three things, and then you have your ranch dip. No offense to that. But where I was raised, you made an actual picture with your vegetables and dip. You brought the dip, but it would be like you'd make a palm tree, you'd make all these, just even a design. This was the thing. So here, when we came here, I was like, y'all are boring. I'm not putting anyone down, but it was just so I was used
Yeah.
to a different cultural background of you're supposed to make everything on your plate a design.
Yes, I think make it more fun, especially when you have children. You just like for me, I just like for pancake, I'm just not making a regular pancake. I'm making like a pancake with make some color, with eyes, with smiling face.
Exactly.
And then the strawberry, I would like, I pack the lunchbox for my kids. I remember I have cut the strawberry into, heart shape. And, so one time I make the mozzarella ball and the tomato, cherry tomato, make it as a ladybug. And when they opened their lunchbox, like their friend was like, whoa.
And now they're eating their tomatoes.
Yes, yes. That is, I think that is a fun way to encourage children to eat the vegetable.
Okay, so now what about the seasons of color? Because There were things. Oh, by the way, you had the multicolored potatoes.
That is one of my favorite things to grow. Even though my kids, they all grown up now, but I have a little nephew and they love to dig into the raised bed and getting all the different colors of potatoes and all, even though rainbow carrot or radishes, they really enjoy them.
Well, now, okay, one of the photos in your book, I think it was one of the beginning ones, you had a like a basket or a box full of vegetables, and you had a carrot that looked like a lady's legs. Pair of legs. You knew you did that when you took that photo, didn't you?
Yes, yes.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly. I'm on the page right now. Yes, yes, that's I think that is so fun for homegrown vegetable as well because they could come in different shapes, especially carrots. Because my carrot absolutely never like hardly grow straight like a grocery carrot because I just let them grow crowded. Sometimes they grow on the top of each other. I think it's just a wonky vegetable for me. It's like really fun. It's a fun thing to add.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of spinach, and they would come out heart-shaped.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know, just let it be. It's still part of that. Don't We're getting away from overproduced and doing things have character. Vegetables,
Yes.
plants have character,
Yes.
like human.
Every time that I got, like special shape, I had a perfect heart shaped tomato, and sometimes my cauliflower have only one stem but two head. When those things happen, I just really appreciate of the nature. It's like
And that goes on
yeah,
Instagram for sure.
yes, for sure, yeah,
So I want to talk about seasons, but I want to know, so I know you're in Southern California, but this book is for everywhere across the country, right? That
yeah.
people can do.
Hmm.
And are you predominantly using raised beds? And then if people are in really cold climates, like in the Midwest, should they use, a greenhouse? What do you think about, can we do this year round? I know summer is the best, spring, summer, and even into
Hmm.
fall, but we're getting into winter, and I want people to be able to do what they can. Even
Yes,
in the house. Bring it
yes.
inside.
Yeah, so right now in the modern gardening world, I think they have all the supply. They even have like the little humidity dorm that you can leave, put it inside your garage, growing things year round. And even though when you live in a colder climate, you can use the raised bed, but they have like the greenhouse cover. You can also build it yourself as well. They have like, different kind of protection for you to extend it your garden into a colder season. But on my area, I live in zone 10B. We don't have frost date. So fall right now in my area.
Everyone's just jealous of you right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, just so fall in my area, it's a little interesting because while other people in other part of the country may be wrapping up and getting ready for winter, but I actually just started the garden again. So in my zone, I feel like gardening it's just keep going. It just never end. But again, if you live in the colder climates, there's a lot of ways that you can extend your garden. Either you have greenhouse, you can keep things in greenhouse. You can build the humidity dome with the plastic cover that it will protect your vegetable. But I would recommend to grow cool weather crop that is cold hardy, like cabbage or spinach, some leafy green. Don't grow tomato or peppers, even though you have the protection, but it's not gonna
Yeah.
work. Even though in my zone I can grow things year round, I still prefer to grow a crop based on the season because I think the vegetable will taste better when you grow them at the right season. Right now, I still have some tomato. But since we got a lot of rain lately, the tomatoes start to kind of wilt it,
Mm.
get some powdery mildew. So it's like a little headache. So I'm going to pull them out. But I have a little greenhouse cover in one of my raised bed that I will put, transplant all my pepper the over winter. They still producing in that little greenhouse, but it's like just to keep them warm during the winter. But again, I don't have a frost date. That's why I can do that.
Yeah. And I think it's right. It's also like keeping with the winter, it keeps with the season of your body too, right? So it's kind of that you connect to, and if there's anything that goes crazy in the weather, which has been wonky over the last few years, your plant has a fighting chance. it's
Yeah.
grown according to season, right?
Yeah, yeah,
If you get
absolutely.
a really cold winter and you planted a summer plant, it ain't gonna make it. But if you do a winter plant, it might if you have a big
Yeah.
storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
at least if you do that, you might can extend your garden, all the way till December. Maybe January or February, it's like the coldest month.
yes.
Yeah, but at least you can extend them, longer than usual.
Now, I know a lot of people that are doing indoor kind of plants and things with lights, and that's like a whole other like level of people doing like that's like a level of we're doing lights and they're serious,
Mhm.
man. And it does work if they're indoors, right?
Yes,
People,
yes, the
yeah.
indoor. I did some as well, especially like some herbs over my counter. I have the little grow light standing, and then I have a little pot that I can grow a little bit of basil or green onion. Sometime to have it on the counter, it's easy for my kids that they can just harvest anytime they want.
I think it's fun, and I think this is something a whole family can get into, all generations, right? In planning. And in winter, when we kind of start getting into the doldrums of like, wah, I want my garden from summer, this is the time to plan, right? So your book coming out right now is perfect timing for everyone to plan their garden for the new year.
Yes, yes, it's perfect. And I also list in each of at the end of the each variety, I list my favorite varieties of crop that people, can if you like the certain colors, you can. And I also write a little instruction of that each of the varieties, so people can, go order the book, order the seed ahead of time, and then start the garden.
Do you like going from seed more than like the actual plant?
It's depend, especially during in my area, it's a little bit different. Some area that you have no choice, but you have to start it indoor prior to the growing season. But for my area, some of the crop that I would like grow from seeds, such as like spinach, carrot, and all, some of the vegetable will grow best. I listed in the book as well. Some of the vegetable will grow best when you direct sow them, and they not prefer to transplant, and some vegetable you can do either way, and some other crop that is good if you grow from transplant is worth it. And for me, I have a local nursery that I usually check out. Like for brassica, I usually get the transplant because it saved me a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then for other green lettuce, carrot, beet, I just grow from seed.
Okay. And then go to your local nursery is really the best, right? Then,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to
Yeah,
be
I
careful.
think local nursery, the one that I usually go, they locally grow those seedlings, and it's very affordable price as well. And there's a lot more of a unique variety.
And you're supporting a small business, which is
Yes, yes,
also
absolutely.
feels good. You know, it feels good. So, okay, let's see. What are we going to, let's look at each season and pick three things that you're going to grow to make a dish, a recipe. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So winter's coming up. What are three things you're going to grow for winter to make what?
Okay, so winter, my main vegetable that I grow is leafy green. Like
Okay.
bok choy, tat soy, and mustard green, all of those green, because during the cold season, my family love hot pot. Yeah, so we love hot pot, and we make hot pot like, I would say, like every couple weeks we have a hot pot. And for me, that I really enjoy fall season crop because I can go out there and harvest them every day. Especially
Okay.
the leafy green. If you harvest, for example, like you harvest bok choy or napa cabbage, if you harvest the side leaf, which means the plant will keep continue to grow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good tip.
because the plant, those lettuce, bok choy, all leafy green, the plant grow from the center. So when you harvest them on the side, the center part will continue to grow. But if you cut them completely, then there's nothing else will be growing. So,
Okay. So, yeah. So is that
mhm.
the same for celery?
Yes, the same thing with celery. So sometime during the for the cold crops, I only plant one time and I can harvest many months.
Wow. Okay. So everyone, this is cool. This is very cool. That will save you a lot of money too, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Tons of money.
if you plan to, growing and keep harvesting, don't cut the whole plant. Just harvest the side leaf and the center will continue to
Because if you
grow.
go to the store, you're going to pay like $2 to $4 to $5 for a bok choy, right? Depending.
Yes.
And you're a whole family. And if you have a bunch of kids like this, or you're feeding a lot of people consistently, especially when it's teenage boys, you're done. It's
Yes, yes, yeah.
you need to grow your own food at this point, or you know what I mean? At least even if it's a partial thing of something, wouldn't you say like if you eat a certain thing a lot, grow that at least, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That is the tip that I share with especially for beginner that they just start the garden. Sometimes they just keep like the really hype on like gonna buy a lot of seed, growing this, growing that, but then you kind of like stuck at one point like what I'm gonna grow, how I'm gonna deal with a certain problem. So when you just beginner, maybe start small, focus in a certain crop that either your family likes it or something that you focus in like one crop and master in that crop. I think that is like the best way. Like for me, I always start with the food that my family enjoy.
Okay, I like this. Now let's go to spring. What are the three things you're going to grow, and then what are you making?
In my area, fall, winter, spring, I grow the same vegetable because
Okay.
those vegetable will grow really well those season. Let's pick broccoli since we already picked the leafy
Oh,
green.
it's
So
healthy.
yeah, broccoli. My kids, I usually grow a lot of broccoli. We can eat raw. We can make broccoli cheddar soup.
Did you get your kids to eat broccoli? I can't even get my mom to do it.
I noticed that since I have created my garden, my kids it's more vegetable, and I usually have like a certain way to cook them for them to enjoy. And one of the favorite dish that they really enjoy broccoli is the chicken breast stuffed with the broccoli and cream cheese and spinach.
Wait a
And
minute. Now you're getting me in.
that is so good. So basically, you get chicken breast, pound it a little bit for tenderness, and then for the stuffing, I chop cauliflower. Oh, I'm sorry, broccoli, spinach. You cook the spinach first. Make sure you get all the liquid out. Get spinach in, cream cheese, salt, peppers to taste. Mix them well and stuff it in the chicken breast. And you can
Okay.
grill it, or you can fry it.
Wait a minute. Now we're getting into the naughty zone. Let's fry it. Like put a little bacon with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going naughty side. But you know what? At least you're doing something from the garden. You're allowed little points, right? So you got spinach. So you growing your own spinach?
I grow spinach. We love spinach for soup, for salad, and also I do during that season. We make that a lot. My kids like, "Oh, the mom, can you make chicken breast? Spinach and broccoli stuffing." And I tend to make that a lot, and it's so easy. It's a quick meal. You can make the stuffing ahead of time, and sometimes when you have a busy schedule, you just come home, stuff it in, toss in the air fryer, and then the dinner should be
Oh,
ready in like 30 minutes.
she's doing air fryer. She's not doing the naughty fryer. Okay, you're doing the good one. Okay, so you had two there. So what would be your third thing to grow in spring and eat?
Summer.
No, spring. You got two in
Spring.
spring.
Oh,
See, I'm paying
okay.
attention here. I'm like, we want three per season. Yeah. So you had spinach, you had broccoli. What is another like? Could be a
One,
flower, maybe even, right?
yeah, it could be flowers, but usually flowers it will grow well in summer instead
Okay.
of winter. But another dish that would I would share is the Napa cabbage roll or kimchi is fresh kimchi. I have the recipe in my book for fresh
Oh,
kimchi.
vibrant harvest, everybody. Go just send
Yeah,
us.
the fresh kimchi is it's one of the recipe that went viral on my page because this is the kind of kimchi that you don't need to ferment it. You can mix it and you can eat almost right away.
See, this is the thing. Everybody wants like the onions, the pickled onions. It's like the instant pickled onions, right? So
Yeah.
kimchi, for those who don't know about kimchi, what is this? This is like really good for
So
you, right?
yeah, kimchi is like a Korean pickle,
Mm.
I would say. And for kimchi, the one that I share the recipe is like I call a quick fresh kimchi. I don't know what is Korean language words, but we call fresh kimchi. So a combination of all the cold vegetable crops such as napa cabbage, carrots, onion that you have,
Oh, all of it.
and
Okay.
yeah, you mix it together. Use seasoning is really, really mild. Just soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, salt, chili powder. Those are the ingredient for the fresh kimchi. It's so easy to mix.
Okay, now summer, what are we doing? Because now we get flower power, right?
Yes. Oh, summer. I usually in my garden, I grow a lot of edible flowers. I have calendula, marigold. Those are my favorite color to grow. And for calendula, I love to harvest, dry them. I have the method on how to dry calendula, and you can make calendula infused oil. So you can make salve,
Be good for you.
you can make soap. I make calendula honey soap. I really love it. And calendula salve, it's like really smooth to your skin.
You need it
And
for bug bites. I'm just gonna tell you.
yes, yes, it's really easy to make. I show in the book. I show how to do the infused oil, and all you need to do is just put bee wax. And if you want it more smoother, you can use add a little bit of shea butter, so it make the salve like more like
Mhm.
smoother. And it will like grip to your skin better. Yes, and also calendula tea is also my favorite too.
Very good for you. So we got calendula. Okay, what's the third one now? We
So
got
the
marigolds. Marigolds are just you can do anything.
Yeah, marigold. Usually I don't
Salads.
poke, but just, pick a flower, shred it, and toss it in the salad. But usually use only the flower part, not the seed part.
Marigolds are awesome as like little flowers throughout your house. And
Uh,
look how expensive it is to buy cut flowers. Marigolds to me, and they last longer. And
yeah,
as just do little
mhm,
vases, like little short
yeah.
ones to
Mhm.
spruce up the room, and it brings the good spirits in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the same. Especially in my culture, we do have a shrine at home. So yeah, one in a while, we just, I cut the flowers around the house, just, place it on the shelf.
Yeah, it's good. It's a positive plant, man. I love it's one of my favorites, like we were saying
Yeah, the
earlier.
same here,
Let's
the
just
same
let's just
here.
do a whole show on marigolds. I'm in.
I know,
I
I
I
know.
could, I could, I could. Now, I know it feels almost weird to eat them. Like to me from my background of different cultures too, it's like you shouldn't be eating them because but then you do and just like
Yeah.
they're just part of that. But okay, so what would be your third thing for
So
summer?
the third one, let's pick tomato because I know that
Oh yeah.
a lot of us growing tomatoes. So beside making sauce like spaghetti sauce, which is we make a lot of us make that, and I also preserve tomato sauce too because I usually grow a lot of tomato. And for the cherry tomato one, I love to make tomato jam. Like this season, I got like a lot of tomato jams that I canned. So and then I save it for the holiday season so I can, tighten a bow and give it as a present.
Oh my gosh, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, on
Yeah.
toast. Oh,
Jam, tomato jam, it's great. And I sort them out by color. Yeah, because I grow a lot of colors like tomatoes, like yellow, green, purple, or red.
mm,
So I sort out like all the yellow tomato. I will make jam. So the jam would really look like almost like pineapple,
mm.
jam. It's like really bright yellow, and then the red one, and then the kind of purple one. The purple one, actually, purple one, when it's fresh, it looks really pretty, but when it be a jam, it's kind of a little dark red. It's not like bright red. Yeah.
But this sounds like a good way to make salsas too.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
make. I preserve tomato in the freezer, which is one of the easiest way. If you have a lot of tomato and you don't know what to cook, toss them in the freezer. So whenever that, yeah, during the cold season, when my kids want some, grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup, I just get them and make tomato soup. It's very convenient.
I love to
Yeah,
fry them. I like to cook them with anything fried.
I love them too, but with green tomato.
Oh, yeah, fried green tomatoes. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Now we're
yeah,
going to the
those,
South. Yeah,
those.
it is good. Now I say pickle them, then fry them in fried green.
Oh, I never tried that. Maybe it is a good
Just,
idea.
I don't know. I don't know. But that's the beauty. If you grow your own, you can just go out, try it, and,
Yeah.
and then don't tell anybody if it sucks. If it's good, you can tell people. Or, invite your enemy over and feed it to them. No, I'm kidding.
I think that's a lot of different ways that we can use our homegrown food. But just, but that's why I always share my way to cook a certain vegetable, maybe sharing, some of my culture food.
Mm,
And so far, a lot of people really love the food that I share. That's what when
yeah.
when they say that I need to come up with another book, but share only recipe.
Oh, yeah. Well, this okay, well, all right. So the holiday season is here, right? So we didn't talk about fall. Now I know fall, winter, and spring is all similar for where you are, but fall
Mhm.
in a lot of places everyone's harvesting, pumpkins and squash and all the and even onions, right? Depending on where you live. So what would
Mhm.
be yours three for fall? And then we can look at, the winter holidays coming up with maybe what you're harvesting.
For fall right now, but this year I don't grow pumpkin. But if I do have pumpkin, I usually leave the pumpkin because pumpkin is like winter squash. You can leave them as long as
Mhm.
you want in your pantry because they will last a long time. Or if you want to preserve them for future use, you can bake them and you can use the pumpkin puree and you can them. So maybe you can use it during the holiday season for cake, for pie.
Oh, wow.
Uh, and then leafy green or spinach, you also can preserve them. For right now in my garden, it's the season of harvest the fruits. I have persimmon, I have a lot of pomegranate. So I usually pick the pomegranate, I juice them, pour in the popsicle mold, keep it in the freezer, and then I pop them out, keep it in Ziploc bag. So because really enjoy pomegranate tea, pomegranate margaritas for this holiday
Okay, wait,
season.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
Yes, come on
I've
now.
never thought of pomegranate. Yeah, I've got a couple pomegranates right now, so I'm looking at them going, "What am I gonna do that's different?" And without making the biggest mess in the kitchen.
I share on my page. If you go on my Instagram, I share my pomegranate tree. I share the way to easy open the
Okay.
pomegranate and how I preserve them. But that is one of the easiest way for me to preserve. But when I preserve, I juice press, so I don't have to see them individually. I just peel off the
Mhm,
shell, the peel, and then toss everything in the juicer.
mm.
So then, yeah, so that way is less mess, and that
Wait, and you could
yeah.
put that with champagne for New Year's.
Yes, I mean, like you
Oh,
my kids love pomegranate jelly, pomegranate lemonades. That is like the kids friendly that they really enjoy.
so healthy.
Yes, yes. I usually have my pomegranate juice year round.
Okay, you rock, really. It is so cool having you
Thank
on the
you.
show, Tom. You've made me hungry. You've made me thirsty. I would like, holiday dinners right now. So no, you've really inspired me to have like different ways of thinking. Everyone, again, this book is out now, Sandra Mao, and she's at sandra.urbangarden on Instagram. From there, you can go to her link tree and go look at all the different places. She's on YouTube as well. The book is Vibrant Harvest Cultivating a Kaleidoscope of Colors in Your Vegetable Garden with Heirlooms, Modern Hybrids, and more. And it has been such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for having me.
I'm hungry. Thank you for joining us here on Big Blend Radio's Garden Gossip Show. Thanks for growing with us. You can follow us at bigblendradio.com.